Ever felt like you had to hide a part of yourself? Like if people saw the real you, they'd think you were weak? Meet Tyler, a high school student who on the outside seemed like he had it all together. But secretly, he was battling crippling anxiety. Panic attacks would hit him out of nowhere, a racing heart, shortness of breath, a feeling like the world was closing in. He was terrified of what his friends would think. The word weak echoed in his mind, so he'd disappear, making excuses, hiding his struggle behind a mask of normalcy. He thought he was protecting himself, but every hidden attack, every forced smile, just pushed him deeper into isolation. His friends would ask what was wrong, but he'd just brush it off. Just tired, he'd say. Or stressed about a test. The lies felt heavy. He felt completely alone, trapped in his own head. The silence was deafening, and it was in that silence that a voice of doubt grew louder. It whispered that he was a burden, that nobody would understand, that real strength meant suffering in silence. He started believing it. He'd scroll through social media, seeing everyone's highlight reels, and feel like he was the only one falling apart. The pressure to be the strong, silent type was crushing him. His grades started to slip, he ghosted his friends, and the vibrant, outgoing Tyler they knew was fading away. He was at his breaking point, lost in a storm of anxiety and shame, convinced that this was his battle to fight alone. The world felt gray, and hope was a distant memory. One night, after a particularly bad panic attack, Tyler felt utterly defeated. He was sitting on the floor of his room, tears streaming down his face, feeling completely broken. In that moment of absolute despair, he remembered something from church, a verse about God being close to the brokenhearted. He didn't know if he had the strength, but he closed his eyes and just started talking to God, not with fancy words, but just raw honesty. God, he whispered, I can't do this anymore. I'm broken. You say you love the broken parts of us, so please help me. Give me the courage to be honest, to stop hiding. He felt a tiny flicker of peace, a sense of not being entirely alone. He opened his phone, his fingers trembling, and started to type. He didn't plan it, he just wrote his story. He wrote about the panic attacks, the fear, the isolation, the feeling of being a fraud. With a deep breath and a final prayer, he hit post. The moment he posted it, a wave of panic washed over him. What had he just done? He wanted to delete it, to take it all back. He shut his phone off, his heart pounding. But a few hours later, curiosity got the better of him. He turned his phone back on, bracing for the worst. But what he saw blew him away. His phone was flooded with messages, not of judgment, but of love and support. The first message was from his best friend. Dude, I had no idea. I get panic attacks too. I thought I was the only one. Another friend messaged, thank you for sharing this. Tyler, I've been struggling with depression and was too scared to tell anyone. One by one, the masks started to fall. His vulnerability had created a safe space for others to be vulnerable too. That night, his group chat, usually filled with memes and jokes, became a space for real, honest conversation about mental health. They weren't just friends anymore. They were a support system. The conversation didn't stop there. Inspired by the outpouring of support, Tyler and his friends decided to take it a step further. They thought, what if they could create this kind of safe space for the whole school? They approached a teacher they trusted and pitched the idea of starting a mental health awareness club. A club where faith and mental wellness could go hand in hand, where students could talk openly without fear of stigma. The school administration loved the idea. The first meeting was packed. Students from all different grades and social circles came, sharing their own stories of anxiety, depression, and stress. They prayed together, shared resources, and simply listened to one another. It was a powerful thing to witness, so many people realizing they weren't alone. The club organized wellness workshops, invited guest speakers, and created a peer support network. They were starting a ripple effect of healing, all because one person dared to be vulnerable. Tyler's story teaches us something so powerful. Your struggles don't make you weak. They make you human. And your vulnerability? It's not a liability. It's a superpower. It has the power to break chains of silence and shame. God doesn't love us in spite of our broken pieces. He loves us, broken pieces and all. And He uses that brokenness to bring healing, not just for us, but for those around us. If you're struggling in silence right now, please know you are not alone. There is hope, and there is help. Reaching out is a sign of incredible strength. God loves your anxious heart, and He can use your story to change the world, one honest conversation at a time. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep this conversation going.